It happens every year like clockwork. The Irish Prime Minister makes the pilgrimage to Washington, D.C. The visit always coincides with St. Patrick's Day, a festival honoring Ireland's patron saint. It's a tradition steeped in transatlantic camaraderie, diplomatic pleasantries, and of course, a symbolic bowl of shamrocks, delivered to the US President with a lot of pageantry. And this year was no exception. Micheal Martin arrived at the White House. He's the Prime Minister of Ireland, also known as the Taoiseach. That's Irish for chief.
It's a great honor to have Micheal Martin, Taoiseach, Ireland. It's a special place, and he's a very special guy. He did it the hard way also. He served, and then he took a little time off, and then he served again. I've heard about that.
Prime Minister Martin came ready, prepared to soak in the warmth of US-Ireland ties. This was meant to be a formality, a moment to celebrate. But nothing is ever that simple in the Trump White House. Soon enough, the Irish Prime Minister found himself in a three-act drama. Act 1, comedy. Act 2, charges. Act 3, a masterclass in foreign policy. All courtesy President Donald Trump.
Even though it's still a few days away, I want to be the first to wish each and every one of you a very happy St. Patrick's Day. It's a big day. And as a lifelong New Yorker, nobody knows the Irish better than me. I know too much about the Irish.
The tone of the meeting was set very early. The reception had a jovial air. Trump was clearly enjoying the moment. And he has quite the connection with Ireland. In 2014, Donald Trump purchased the Doonbeg Golf Club in Ireland. The deal was worth $20 million. It has been rebranded since as the Trump International Golf Links and Hotel. So clearly the US President has business interests there, and it showed in his enthusiasm.
I love Doonbeg. I love them. I don't know if I'll ever see it again. Maybe I won't, but
we would like
I
to
think
come
I
back
will.
and see it.
We'll get there. We're going to get there. It's a beautiful place, wonderful place.
Meanwhile, Trump's vice president joined in on the spirit. J.D. Vance arrived sporting shamrock socks and a green tie. So much so that Trump got distracted by it and he had to comment on it.
And by the way, I have to speak of inflation. I love these socks. What's with these socks?
It's in honor of the Taoiseach.
I'm trying to stay focused, but I'm very impressed with the VP's socks.
Of course, no White House meeting is complete without some controversy. And the first one here was over Gaza. Irish political parties like Sinn Féin are boycotting the festivities, especially the ones in Washington, D.C. They cite Trump's stance on Gaza as the reason for their absence. Trump was asked about this, and he seemed to have no clue about it.
Expel Palestinians out of Gaza. Are you discussing that with him and giving him your...
Nobody's expelling any Palestinians. I don't know. Who are you with?
I'm with Voice of America, sir.
Oh, no wonder. Okay, Voice of America.
Ireland is committed to the two-state solution, basically two different states, one for Israel, the other for Palestine. That is the two-state solution. So Prime Minister Martin tried to play peacemaker. We don't know if it worked, but at least Trump did not interject.
In our view, that a two-state solution would be ideal. It's become much more challenging and difficult as time has moved on. But that has always been our position. But it's genuinely to have people, because we've gone through this. We discussed this prior to you coming in.
Which brings us to Trump's favorite topic, tariffs. A Trump meeting is incomplete without the mention of it. And the US president quickly brought it up. He first took aim at the European Union, accusing it of existing solely to take advantage of the US.
The problem is our country didn't respond. Look, the EU was set up in order to take advantage of the United States. No, I'm not happy with the European Union, I want to tell you. And we're going to win that. We're going to win that financial battle. It's a financial battle.
And then the conversation took an unexpected turn. Trump started with Europe, but he soon turned his focus to Ireland. He accused the country of poaching the US pharmaceutical industry.
We do have a massive deficit with Ireland, because Ireland was very smart. They took our pharmaceutical companies away from presidents that didn't know what they were doing.
US pharma companies have factories in Ireland, the likes of Merck and Pfizer. This is due to the low taxes in Ireland. Their products drive the trade deficit. In 2024, for instance, the US exported goods worth $17 billion to Ireland, 17 billion, but they imported around $103 billion of Irish goods. So the trade deficit is quite large, and Donald Trump blames it on poor leadership, on the presidents who came before him.
I have great respect for Ireland and what they did, and they should have done just what they did. But the United States shouldn't have let it happen. We had stupid leaders. We had leaders that didn't have a clue. Or let's say they weren't business people, but they didn't have a clue what was happening.
So trade wars, foreign policy, even shamrock socks, it looked like the meeting had everything covered. But Trump wasn't done yet. He wrapped it up with a final thought. He said he will do it for at least 3 more times. And that has triggered speculation. What is he trying to say? Remember, Trump's presidential term ends in 2028. This is his second term. As per the US Constitution, he cannot run for president again, which is why his comment raised some eyebrows. It could have been just a joke or a warning. With Trump, you never really know. Either way, the Irish Prime Minister accomplished his diplomatic mission. He met Donald Trump and he survived the surprises. What he achieved is, of course, debatable.
Merci beaucoup. Hi. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Namaste, Mr. President.
Bharat Kelogan, Komeri Namaste.
How many people generally follow you in interviews?
Typically, in a month, we have viewers up to 150 million. That's more than twice the population of France. And in the last 2 years, we had 3 billion viewers. So I say, Laurent, this is your chance to be famous. You're on Firstpost. One word to describe your equation with Prime Minister Modi.
Amitié.
As India and France work together, are you creating a new era of non-alignment in the technology space?
India is a training superpower. 1 million engineers a year, more than all of Europe and the US combined. So we have that partnership. We have a partnership on the environment and the economy. We also have civilian nuclear programs. And that is something we've developed far beyond the France-India relationship. So we want to work together on AI.
And then comes China with its DeepSeek, creating models at a fraction of the cost. Did that innovation take you by surprise? Did that breakthrough make you sit up and think, what did the Chinese do and how?
But what did DeepSeek do? They took everything that was already available from the last AI model and then they recalibrated it.
So are you going to ban Chinese AI in France?
So we don't have this American approach of banning tech because of where it comes from.